Former President Trump headed to New Jersey tomorrow for a major campaign rally in the Garden State. More than 40,000 supporters expected to turn out. That is in sharp contrast to just 100 people showing up for Biden's rally in Wisconsin on Wednesday. And taking a deeper dive into each candidate's past 6 events shows half of Biden's campaign stops were private fundraisers, while 5 of the last 6 events for Trump were public campaign stops. Joining me now are 3 New Jersey voters, William Atkins, Jeannie Isaacson, and Roy Perret. Thanks to all 3 of you for being here. William, I'll begin with you. What does it mean that Trump can get 40,000 people to attend a rally at the shore 2 weeks before Memorial Day, when we all know in Jersey nobody heads to the shore 2 weeks before Memorial Day?
Well, it means that there's momentum in New Jersey. It means that Trump is paying attention to the numbers. And I'd just like to give the NJGOP a shout out with this, because they're doing an amazing ground game at registering new party voters. And in New Jersey, over the past few months, we've had double the Republican registrations than Democrat registrations. And so for a blue state, it really puts an emphasis on what could happen in November. And I'd like to look at 2 polls from Washington, another blue state, that have Trump up by 1% and 5% in the November general election.
That's wild.
And so seeing numbers like those and seeing the party registrations in New Jersey and how many people are going to be standing in line to hear from President Trump on Saturday, there's no question why he'd be coming to New Jersey.
And we're going to delve into those numbers in a moment, but I want to stick with the focus on what Trump on the trail means. And when I go to you, Roy, my question is this New York trial really having any impact on what you, your neighbors, family, friends are saying about whether or not they're going to vote for Donald in 2024?
It's not having a negative impact. So if anything, it's going in the opposite, because they can't believe that this is happening to a civilized nation. What's happening with a trial is really what you would think would happen either in communism or a third world country. So this, I say, is definitely helping. When he has free time, of course, he has to stay local. He went to the bodegas in Harlem. He's doing things in New York, and 100% this will help him, I feel, in multiple states, and it's showing already. And New Jersey, I agree, will turn red this time around, as long as they could follow up on voter integrity, check out voter IDs. I feel New Jersey will be switching just like many other states out there.
Wow, that is quite a statement. And when you look at the numbers themselves that William alluded to, Jeannie, they are fascinating, because the New Jersey GOP has more than double Democrats with registering new voters 2 months in a row now. Here's the actual breakdown of those numbers. Last month, Jersey Republicans registered over 3,000 new voters. Democrats only added 1,000. And in the month of March, New Jersey Republicans had about the same, while Democrats actually lost 300 voters. So, Jeannie, do you think this is random new voters deciding, hey, I've never voted before and I'm going to join the GOP? Or is this the GOP establishment in New Jersey switching Democrat voters who are tired with the way things are going in the Garden State?
Oh, it's definitely a lot of switching going on. I know for sure. I know quite a few Democrats that have now definitely switched. They're not going to be voting for Biden, that's for sure. How could you? I mean, we have so many illegals coming through the border committing these crimes, and here we are with these scandal trials with Trump. I mean, when in history have you ever had a president go through the things that this man is going through? He does not need to put himself through these things. He has more than enough money and time to go live a happy life somewhere than to deal with the things that he's putting himself through for the American people. He's doing it because he loves the American people. They can try to silence him, but they're never going to silence the American people.
Understood. Sure. Before we let you all go, one important note. Yes, this is a Jersey event, but people in Pennsylvania go to the shore in Wildwood. And so this is a dual win for Trump. He gets a huge crowd, potentially could flip Jersey, but it is also a way to really solidify a status with a swing state in Pennsylvania. That needs to be noted as well. William, Jeannie, and Roy, have a great weekend. Enjoy the state where all 3 of your next people talking on TV are from, Carly and Joe. Carly?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.